Hi everyone, I'm gonna show you today how I attach the hair to my dolls. This is one of my large dolls and I'm gonna use alpaca buckle mix yarn from Drops, which is probably one of my favorite yarns to use for my doll's hair. It comes in different colors and it's a really nice yarn to work with, and it actually looks quite natural, lovely, curly. It looks like curly hair. So in this video I show you this one, how I attach it for us like long hair without ponytails or anything like that. So the first thing I do is I mark the hairline on my doll, so where I want the hair to start and how I want the hair to go around the head. So I take a few pins. I have a few pins that I'm gonna mark the hairline with, and in this case sometimes like you can make this hairline going in the middle. In here I'm gonna go slightly to the side, to the left, and this is where the hairline is gonna start. That's where I'm gonna make the split. So from that first pin just into the line, straight line to the back of the head, and then around the head I'm gonna pin the hairline as well. Try to go as even on both sides as possible. So try to keep the same distance from the eye to one side than the other. And I go all the way around the hair, around the head, and I'm kind of turning backwards a little bit to the back. And I finish the hairline few rows from the neck. So when I have my hairline ready, I cut the yarn into long strips. It depends on how long you want the hair to be. I'm making it quite long, so I cut the yarn into about 50 centimeters, maybe 48 centimeters long, and then you fold it into half, so that's going to be the length of the hair, about 24 centimeters. So when you cut the yarn into many pieces, as I said, you fold the yarn in half. You take a little hook. This one is 1.75 milliliters, so it has to be small enough so you can insert the hook instead of the stitches of the head. And because it's cotton, it's crocheted quite tight, it needs to be a small hook. So I'm gonna start in the first pin space. I'm gonna take the pin out. So I'm attaching I slipped the hook in between the stitches. I put the yarn on the hook and I pull the yarn through that space, and you're gonna have a little loop in here, and through that loop I just pull the both ends of the yarn and I pull it, and that's it. That's your first strain of the hair attached. And then I just gonna go first into this line where the split is gonna be. So I just do exactly the same with another piece. I pull it through. And I go to the next stitch. And I pull it through. So you're gonna go to the end of this straight line, to to the back of the head, and then you're gonna attach it. When you finish the straight line, then you're gonna go around the head. You're gonna connect these points in the line as well. So you want the hair to be quite tight in the hairline. So the first line in here is going to be as tight as possible, so one beside another, and also the second row beside the hairline needs to be quite thick. And then when we go to the back of the head, when you're going to be filling in that whole space, you obviously can go not as tight, and you can make like maybe two stitches of a space in between every strand of hair, because this yarn is quite thick anyway. So with the amount of hair we're gonna attach, it's still gonna be a full head of hair. So you don't want to do it too thick in the middle of the head. And for this doll, which is my large size doll, I'm actually using two drop yarns. I need two of them. For smaller dolls, I only use one. I probably don't even finish the one for the small ones. This one I'm gonna use nearly two, and I'm gonna show you now in a minute how it looks like when it's filled in, and I show you the spaces. Okay, so this is how the hair looks like when it's finished. So you can see that's where the part is in the hairline, and I just show you how the gaps look like, how tight is the hair done. So you can see a little bit of gap in the middle of the hair. But you just have to make sure that you have a lot of hair, especially where the part is and at the hairline, so there's no head kind of popping through. This is how thick it is. And then in the end, when the hair is finished, I always trim it a bit, because obviously the hair that is attaching the bottom of the hair lower is going to be much longer than the top of the hair. So I normally just trim a little bit of hair in here and the bottom, but that all depends on how long do you want the hair to be. So in this doll, I will definitely trim the hair in here, that part, so it's not as long. And yeah, this is it. This is how it looks like. Enjoy.